John, with the new parole program that you guys announced yesterday, is there any risk that because now those who don't qualify for the program, they won't have any incentive to turn themselves in, as a lot of people have been doing when they illegally cross the border, and that could increase the number of gotaways?
First, I would definitely refer you to DHS for more detail on this. What we're trying to do with this new parole program, because we watched how it worked with Venezuela, by putting in place a process where a legal pathway was available, we were able to reduce by 90% Venezuelans who were trying to come into the country illegally. So we have some tangible results here that we can apply now to these additional 3 countries that Secretary Mayorkas talked about yesterday. And so we feel there's great promise here. The idea, Jackie, and I couldn't speculate about your question, but the idea is to increase the legal pathways available to people and put in place a nice, safe, orderly process that is humane and gives them the hope that they're looking for. At the same time, being able to crack down on enforcement. And cracking down on enforcement is not an insignificant part of what the president announced yesterday, including adding now another 300 agents to the border. And he looks forward to going down there this weekend and seeing that enforcement and that process in place for himself.
I understand what the objective is, obviously, but as the pilot program with Venezuela was happening and did reduce the number of crossings by 90% over those first few weeks that it was in place, the number of gotaways did skyrocket too at the same time. And so my question is, does the fact that if you cross illegally, it makes you ineligible for this program, does that now disincentivize people to turn themselves in and then make part of this problem harder?
It's difficult for me to get in the mind of every individual that may have already crossed over illegally. What they ought to know is that we are going to be making sure that we're increasing our ability to enforce these policies and to crack down on illegal entry. I'm sorry?
With more agents, or?
Yes, I mean, obviously, the president's going to order another 300 to the border, and he's working in lockstep with Secretary Mayorkas on whatever other avenues might be appropriate in terms of better enforcement. But I can't get in the mind of everybody who may already be in the country. They ought to know that, as Secretary Mayorkas, I think, said very eloquently yesterday, we're not only a nation of immigrants, we're a nation of laws. And we are going to scrupulously follow the law. And we expect them to as well if they want to become legal citizens of the United States.